Welcome back guys, we're back again with another Minecraft server tutorial. This time we're going to be going over how to switch over to Bedrock once you initially get your server here with SeekaHost. Once you've bought your package and set it all up, come to the client area. If you haven't done that already, we'll have a video popping up now on the screen. You can do this via the client area from the SeekaHost site. Now what you're going to find, you're going to be put on a default world. The default you can connect to straight away with Java. However, this is a video to get you onto Bedrock, so we want to start a Bedrock server. So with that, of course, with many changes that we do, it's always preferred to stop the server first rather than doing it and then restarting it. This just makes sure that your files just won't get corrupted in the meantime. So now that your server is successfully stopped, what we need to do is clear the old files, any directories or plugins and stuff like that, and leave it fresh so we can restart as a Bedrock server. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to come to Files, we're going to come to Setup, and then you're going to be brought onto this page. The selection here says clean mod directories and plugins, so this will clear any mods and any plugins, and then you can also select delete server files here. Now once you put in your password, you can put apply. So now that we've completed the setup process, I'm going to delete any old files that are unneeded. You can just come down and rename your world. I'm just going to put mine as new world, and then you're going to come down to your server jar. This will select what version of Minecraft you want your server to be in. So we're going to come over to Bedrock right on the top here. We're going to select it. You'll notice that it does do an auto save. If it hasn't, just click save just to save your world name and of course the server jar. Now at the end of the video we'll show you a manual way as well of deleting all your server files. If you don't want to use the setup process, you can just use this method instead. Delete all your files and then once you upload your new server jar, all of them particular files will all load up correctly and you won't have any other old ones or old worlds potentially from another version that won't work with the Bedrock version. So now we can just go ahead and start the server. And we've sorted everything we need to for there. We've got the right server jar, we've cleared all the old files, and now we're going to have a Bedrock version loaded in with all the correct files for adding mods and stuff like that on Bedrock. As we can see here on the console, loading config for Bedrock, it's opening up the world, and quick as that, our server has now started. You can of course go ahead and connect to it using your IP and port or your domain if you have created a domain. And if you're not sure how to, we've got a video popping up on the screen right now. So that's that done. You, as quickly as that, have changed over to a Bedrock version. However, we're just going to go through now how to manually delete these files if you want to clear everything on your server folder. To do this, you're going to want to use a program called FileZilla. I'll leave the link in the description just so you can go and download it. It's been used by many people for a long time now. It always keeps up to date, and I've found it very safe so far to use. Most major hosting sites will also recommend FileZilla. Now the way to actually connect here, if you go to Files and you go to your FTP file access, I'm going to have mine blocked off here, but you're going to see that you've got an FTP address, a port, a username, and your Multicraft password. That of course is your normal password that you would use to log into your Multicraft. Now all you need to do to connect to FileZilla, and you can access all of your files this way, so you can actually just delete certain worlds if they're from a Java version and you're going to a Bedrock version, and you're just going to need to fill in this information here. So host is going to be your FTP address, so if you copy and paste that into that section there. Username's your FTP username right down here. Password is of course your Multicraft password, and then port will be the same FTP port that you have here. Once you've put in your information there, you just need to click quick connect. If you ever need to reconnect to it again, you can use this little arrow here and it will remember your past information, so you can quickly connect to your server and you don't have to keep putting in that certain information every time. Now you can see on the right hand side that it's loaded up all of the server files right here, so you've got all of your worlds and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop the server again, of course, before we do any of this, and we're going to swap it back to a Java edition just to show the process. It's the same process for either Bedrock or Java or whatever version you're doing it for. So now that that's stopped, we're going to come back to FileZilla, and you're going to see that we have all of the server files here. Now we want to start a brand new Java version, or of course if it was the other way around, it would be Bedrock. However, we're just going to manually delete all of the files here, so we don't actually need it if we're going to be starting up a brand new one. Of course, if you do want to make a backup, save certain worlds, do that first. We have got a video on how to do that as well on the SeekaHost knowledge base. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of the files on the server because I don't need this. I want a brand new version of Java this time. So I'm not going to need any of the directories here because they're all Bedrock associated. So we're going to go ahead and press delete, and we're going to delete that. This might take a few minutes, depends how large your world files are, how many worlds you have, etc. So once that is all done, you're going to see you've got nothing on your folder. Your server is completely empty. So we can just go ahead and close FileZilla now and come back to our Multicraft control panel. Now we're just going to switch back to the version that we want. and I'll just do a vanilla 1.16.4 version. Of course, if you're doing this to go Bedrock, you would then switch to a Bedrock version. Server settings are saved, that's perfect. It doesn't matter what world you make now, because this is going to be a brand new world it creates. It doesn't need to load up another file. Now we can just go ahead and press start server. Now what we're going to do, much like before, is deleted the server files. It's going to start with a brand new server, create a brand new world, nether. All your server settings and stuff are going to be started brand new again. And if we're checking our console, in no time at all, it's loading up the spawn, and this will be done in probably about 20 seconds. And there we go, wasn't even 20 seconds, startup done, and we've now swapped over our server jar. And we've completely cleaned any directories, mods, plugins, and any other files manually. So thanks for watching, guys. For any more tutorials like this, don't forget to check out the SeekaHost knowledge base, or of course the channel, and don't forget to hit that like button or subscribe if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.